My name is Maxwell Gomera. I'm the resident representative for the United Nations Development Program here in South Africa. But I'm also the director of the Africa Sustainable Finance Hub that is looking at creating sustainable finance throughout the continent of Africa. 58% by some estimates. That's the number of South African young people who are out of employment right now. That is a big problem. But it is not just a South African problem. It is a problem that we're finding across the continent of Africa. So as UNDP, we are very keen to work with institutions such as YALDA, who are working with youth and trying to solve this problem. They are not just solving the problem of job creation. They are also creating hope on this continent. Because hope, the ability to reimagine the future, the belief that tomorrow is worth fighting for and believing in, is something that we need in our youth today. In terms of our expectations for this bootcamp is, first, the bootcamp has already done the right thing to bring youth from across the continent, because so often we act like we are different people. We may be different in the languages that we speak. We may be different in our geographical spaces, but we are one African nation. So you've done the right thing. But the second thing you've done is you have given hope to a lot of these young people. But you've also given them the ability to start reimagining the future and creating solutions for the continent of Africa. This is something that we need, because for far too long, young Africans have been looking to societies outside of Africa. We need young Africans to solve for Africa right now. Why should young people be at the table? The first reason is a simple one. If you are not at the table, you're on the menu. But the second reason is a practical one. I believe that by 2050, the world will be completely decarbonized. And it is those nations that are taking steps right now to decarbonize that we will be calling developed countries. African nations that are leading the charge, we will be looking at them in the same way that we look at developed nations. Now, the African continent is home to 40%. In 10 years' time, it will be home to 40% of the world's young working age population. That is a big deal. But also the average age on the African continent is 19. So it only makes sense that young people are leading the charge for articulating and dreaming of the future of this continent, the future that we want of this continent. Many civilizations across the world will fall on two reasons. The first one is inequality, leaving behind other people and leaving them outside the development stream. The second one is holding on to an economy of the 20th century. Across the continent of Africa, we want to make sure that young people are not left behind, that young people are part of the development process and shaping a future that we all want.